absolutely spectacular. Good morning and welcome back to Hilltop Hiker. Today we're in the Newlands Valley in the northwestern lakes and we're doing the Newlands Horseshoe. If you've not heard of it, it's one of those walks that's kind of legendary amongst Wainwright walkers. The big man himself was enthusiastic about it, so today we're going to find out what it's all about. So today we started in Littledale, which is barely a hamlet in reality, just a few farmhouses. Most people do the Newlands Horseshoe clockwise, but we're going to do it the other way around today and get up Robinson first. It can be steep and rocky in places. When you've got this little fella, probably easier to go up it than down it. Oh, I love how the fells are framed by the trees there. What a nice little view. We're doing 6 Wainwrights today, around 12.5 miles in total. So come on, let's get going. Okay, this is the first steep section of the day. Let's get up there. And the little man here is racing up. I'm definitely holding him back. Oh, if I had 10 Monties, they'd pull me right the way to the top. A little bit of a breather. You lead the way. So the valley down there, Newlands, has a pretty apt name really, because the whole area was once underwater, like a shallow lake, and over time it was drained and the land was reclaimed. So all that down there isn't quite as natural as it seems, and that's what I love about the Lake District. You don't just get these stunning landscapes, but there are so many layers beneath it all. And there's another big one which I'll tell you about a little later on. We've got views opening up over to Wandop over there and Whiteless Pike. How lovely is that? That's Newlands Beck down there that would have once fed into this flooded valley. Go on, Monty, you lead the way. Let's hope everyone's safe and sound. If that was the mountain rescue, to remind that these hills can be very dangerous. When you come, you need to be properly prepared, put the training in and let someone know where you're going. Right then, this is the first scrambly section. I think we'll go around the edge. Okay, so we've come up 2 climby sections. They definitely were scrambly. I needed 4 points of contact, so I couldn't film any of it. And if you're thinking of coming up this way, definitely bear that in mind, that there is a little bit of climbing involved. Monty the mountain dog was fine though. He flew up them and was waiting at the top for me. You just see Great Gable over there, covered in cloud. That's one I'm hoping to get on the channel very soon. Right, here's another little scrambly section. Seems a lot less difficult than the other 2 though. Let's get up there. What a view. That is absolutely spectacular. Wow. Well, that was a delightful little spot there. We both had a bit of food. I had a well-earned cup of coffee. And now we're heading over to the top of Robinson, the first summit of the day. So here we are on the top of Robinson, which was named after Richard Robinson, who was a 17th century landowner. And Wainwright loved this summit. He thought it was one of the most underrated on any horseshoe in the lakes. But from up here, you can see why he was so fond of it. What great views we've got from up here. You can see Crummet Water there, Red Pike, High Style and all that ridge. Over to Haystacks, Pillar, Great Gable over there. You can even see down to Honister Slate Mine. What a great panoramic view. Well, with these views all around, I have to say that I'm definitely inclined to agree with Wainwright on this one. It is a very special place. Okay, so we're making our way down to Littledale Edge. While we're here, we might as well head over to Hindscarth. It's a little bit of a detour, but we'll head over there, bag another Wainwright, and then get back onto the main route. Right, here we go on the up again. It's a bit more of a gradual one this time, thankfully. Almost there now. We're getting there, aren't we? Well, it was definitely worth doing a detour to Hindscarth. Just look at that amazing view that we've got there. I think this is a perfect place to have a bit of lunch. Well, that was a great spot for lunch there. We're out of the wind and now we're back on the path again. The wind's up, it's quite a cold one too. The Newlands Valley really does have a colourful past. Just below where we were, near Scope End, are the remains of Goldscope Mine, which comes from the German phrase Gottes Gabe, which means God's gift or godsend. And it makes you wonder, why does it have a German name right here in the middle of the Lake District? Well, back in Tudor times, in the 1560s, Elizabeth I brought over German miners from the Harz Mountains. They were brought here because they had the expertise to work the copper, which the English miners didn't have at the time. They were known as the Dutchmen, from the word Deutsch, and by all accounts, they were not very welcome at all. There were confrontations with the locals, and the German miners had to take refuge on an island, Vickers Island, in Derwent Water, which is now known as Derwent Isle. And this place was one of the most productive industrial sites in the whole of England. It's hard to believe today, isn't it? I love how these places have so much backstory. It really is fascinating. And nowadays, you wouldn't even know that it was once there or that it caused such a furore. Right, we're about to head up to Dalehead, our third Wainwright of the day. What great views we've got there of Fleetwith Pike, which was my first ever Wainwright years and years ago. And there's Buttermere in the valley as well. How lovely. Well, that is a cracking view all the way down Newlands Valley. Oh, what an amazing summit this is here. Here we are on the top of Dalehead. And that is your archetypal lakeland view there, isn't it? Wow, that is absolutely brilliant. That is picture perfect. Wow, I'm just blown away by that summit. I did not expect that. The cairn, the view. I could stop there all day. But unfortunately, we've got to keep pressing on. Got more summits to get to, more lovely walking to enjoy. Right, so this is where we're going. Bit of a steep descent down to Dalehead Tarn and then back up again to High Spy, where it looks like we've got a nice cairn on the top. So let's go and check it out. If you're enjoying this so far, give it a like. It really helps more people join us in these special places. And if you like walks with history, big views and depth beneath the landscape, then subscribe for more. Okay, so here is Newlands Beck, and we've got to find our way across. I think the best point is going to be up there. go for it. Ready, off we go. Oh yes, we made it. Not the easiest one to cross. Right, here we go. The next climb, the next Wainwright. High Spy. What a great name, eh? Well, this looks a bit jagged through here. It's a bit of a pull up here, I'm not going to lie. Well, this is deceptively hard coming up here, especially when it's your fourth one of the day, isn't it, Monty? Don't think so. Here we go. Looks like we're getting there now, doesn't it, Monty boy? Well, here we are on High Spy, and we've got another belter of a cairn. Look at that. We don't quite have the same views from this one, but I'm definitely a fan of that. Now that is steep down there, isn't it? What a fantastic view. And all that once was flooded with water like a lot of the valleys around here. Not this one anymore. Well, it was great to get to the top of High Spy, but I'm going to be honest, the views at Hindscarth and Dalehead were next level. You have to go a long way to beat those. But there's still more to come, because very soon the landscape is going to open up and we're going to get spectacular views of Derwentwater down in the valley. Oh, there we go. We've got great views of Derwentwater now. A little ferry boat going across as well. Oh, those houses look like a little model village from up here. How cute is that? So we're just heading over to Maiden Moor now. And it's such pleasant walking along here. It's the perfect section to enjoy the altitude we've gained and make the most of these panoramic views. It's so tranquil and calm up here. It's absolutely beautiful. And there aren't too many people along this stretch either. I think when we get down to Catbells, we'll be seeing plenty more. Well, you can really see the horseshoe from here. We came up the second ridge there, just beyond the one in front of us, all the way up to the top of Robinson. And then we dropped down there to the top of Hindscarth and got those lovely views. Then over to Dalehead. What a treat that was. And then High Spy there just beyond us. What a fantastic walk this is. So was Wainwright correct about this being the best horseshoe in the Lake District? Let's see at the end. So there it is, the summit of Maiden Moor. Let's head over there, eh? Catbells over there is one of the most popular summits in the Lake District. And with these views, this landscape, it's easy to understand why, isn't it? Wainwright loved Catbells. It's popular with families, with pretty much everybody really. And you can see why. You've got views across the northern fells and Skiddaw in the background. It's definitely worth a visit. There's Derwent Isle at the far end of Derwentwater, where the German miners took refuge when they escaped from Goldscope Mine. I can definitely think of far worse places to have had to stay than there. bit steeper than you think when you see it from this side. When you come at it from the way we did, you're on a level, but coming up this way, it's very steep and very, very busy. So there we go. We've been on 6 summits and done about 13 miles so far. We've got a mile or so back to the car. I'll put the route up on screen now. And what a walk it's been. We've had summit views, ridges, scrambling up rocks, reclaimed fields, and even German miners escaping to Vickers Island. So is this the best horseshoe walk in the Lake District? Was Wainwright correct? You know what? I think he might have been. It's the walk that just keeps giving. It certainly sets the standard for the other horseshoe walks. Keep an eye on the channel and we'll be doing more of those soon. The bar's been set very high, but knowing the Lake District, I'm sure they've got lots to offer. Thanks for walking with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you along as always. If you enjoyed this walk, I'll see you over here on the next one. And if you want more walks like this, with history, depth, big views and Monty loving life, then subscribe and come along with us.